Hey everybody, this is Jose. Today I'm going to finish the Nueva Castile uh, section of my YouTube channel, and I'm going to start it with a redo again of the original two. Shouldn't take that long, and then I'll finish it up with what the Umayyads did and where they're from, etc. Okay. The Umayyad Caliphate is a small state residing within the Deep Periphery. The Umayyads are in a region of space roughly 75 light years in diameter, situated 150 light years forward from the Hanseatic League and 200 light years anti-spinward from the Clan Jade Falcon colony of St. Jean. Originally separate entities, more than 200 years of continuous warfare and shared history has inextricably bound the Umayyads to Nueva Castile, even resulting into intermingling of some bloodlines. Okay, Nueva Castile, just as a reminder, started as a pre-Star League colony. The first settlers were Iberian and landed on the world of Nueva Castile in 2392. The settlers established a feudal agrarian society. A total of 9 planets were settled: Aragon, Asturias, Castile, Córdoba, Galicia, Granada, Leon, Navarre, and Valencia. Due to the great physical distance between Nueva Castile and the inner sphere, the realm lingered in peace and isolation, unaware of war and the politics for over 400 years. History of this region of space changed fundamentally when in 2830, a single jump ship arrived in the Granada system. The jump ship transported a group of refugees armed with heretofore unknown technology, including battle mechs. It is unknown where these invaders came from, or even if the invaders were aware of the origins. But their significant technological advantage resulted in the conquest of Granada. The native Castilians dubbed these invaders the Umayyads, in a reference to the Islamic Empire that invaded the Iberian Peninsula around 1.5 millennia before. While initially the invaders insisted on naming their new nation the Republic of Granada, the name given by the Castilians stuck. Despite the small number of Umayyad forces, the Umayyad Caliphate quickly conquered several more worlds with the help of discontented nobles defecting and bulking up the Umayyad forces with their private forces. By 2855, only the world of Asturias remained free from the Umayyad conquests. Okay, some sources show that in 2825, a singular exploration jump ship of the fleeing Clan Wolverine fleet found a Spanish-speaking colony, was ordered to start negotiations for and trade with these colonies, but never returned to the main fleet. It is possible that the Umayyad invaders were a crew of this exact warship, Wolverine ship. There exists valid hypothesis that would explain the 5-year difference between the disappearance of the Wolverine jump ship and the arrival of the Umayyads. Ultimate conquest of Nueva Castile would have been complete were it not for infighting resulting from the division of the spoils. As a result, Castilian forces commanded by Fernand Rodriguez were able to capture several battle mechs in 2857. By 2862, the Castilians had reverse engineered the technology and were fielding many primitive internal combustion engine powered mechs, the first design being the Reconquista, enough to turn the tide of war. Between 2862 and 3062, the Castilians gradually liberated most of the worlds, first Castile and Leon, then Aragon, Navarre, Galicia, and Valencia. Only 2 worlds remain under Umayyad control, the disputed world of Córdoba and the Umayyad capital, Granada. The war, more than 230 years long, reached a ceasefire when operatives working for the word of Blake revealed to both parties outside powers have been conspiring to prolonged the conflict, aiding both sides in such a way as to prevent either from achieving a complete victory. In light of this revelation, both parties began the process of reconciliation. And then, of course, I've already reported that in 3080, Clan Goliath Scorpion was adjourned from the clan homeworlds and forced out. They eventually invaded the system held by Nueva Castile and Umayyad Caliphate and formed a united Scorpion Empire, or the Imperial Escorpion. Umayyad society has a martial feudal society ruled by a monarch, but unlike the Castilians, merit, political and martial, and unwavering loyalty determine one's place in Umayyad society. Upward and downward mobility are the rule. And with one's class demographic principles are prevalent. However, only those people who can trace descendant from one of the original Umayyad invaders are allowed to participate in war. Rising from the Umayyad nobility and upper echelons of command is difficult. Sciences and art are easily visible within Umayyad society. The capital punishment is almost unheard of. Umayyad people also possess no currency. Barter is the norm. Society is far more open as compared with that of Nueva Castile, and there is limited democracy. They possess a more sophisticated culture than the Castilian counterparts. I got Capellians on the brain. The Umayyads speak Arabic, English, and Russian, and practice Islam, but, like the Castilians, more than 230 years of shared history has allowed some intermingling of Umayyad and Castilian heritage. While the early relations between the two, Umayyads especially, and Goliath Scorpions, were originally soured over the homeward clan watch rumors linking them to the not-named clan. Later investigations linked the Umayyads to an SLDF descendants from Operation Exodus and the Pentagon Civil War, who were unrelated to Clan Wolverine. Okay. Now, as far as the military, the Caliphate maintains a large combined arms military support by small units of battle mechs in the field. The army fights as lances of infantry, combat vehicles, and mechs. These units fight as mixed companies. Umayyad technology is roughly equivalent to that of the Inner Sphere in 3025. The Umayyad military is not centrally governed, but is a coalition of warriors hailing from all parts of the society. The Umayyad military is therefore very open, and outside of rank and unit cohesion, soldiers possess a lot of freedom. There is no standard uniform. Small units of soldiers generally derive their colors from the personal heraldry of the unit's commanders. The Umayyad have also learned from the infighting which doomed their initial invasion. Feuding is discouraged, and non-lethal honor duels fought with swords are the most common means of ending bitter disputes. One might expect such a fighting force incapable of waging war. Not so. The Umayyads form an extremely cohesive fighting force. Honor and bravery are regarded with the utmost respect, and cowardice viewed with contempt. These more extend to the Umayyads' foes, and Castilian acts of uncommon bravery are celebrated. Further, the honor of vehicle crews and mech pilots transfers to their mounts. The honor of one's weapon is also regarded as sacrosanct, and to bring great dishonor or cowardice to a long-honored combat vehicle or mech is sacrilegious. Organization-wise, in 3025, it was speculated that the Umayyad Caliphate forces were 7 regiments strong between their two worlds, with 2 battalions of battle mechs. Sometime later, the Umayyads maintained a standing army of approximately 11 regiments, 2 battalions of which were solely mechs. Battle mechs are fielded alone, but never in large numbers, and then only in very specialized missions. The First Corps consists of 5 mixed regiments and about a battalion of mechs. The first is highly mobile and is used as a reactionary force. Just as a side note, the mech warriors of the First Corps paint their mech machines in a bright yellow with teal trim. Flowing patterns of purples or blues are often added. The insignia of the Umayyad Caliphate depicts a red star on a white background, and is the only common element in the Caliphate desperate uniforms. The veteran Second Corps consists of 3 mixed regiments and a full battalion of mechs. The Second wages war as a mixed strike force and fights Castilian 2nd Brigada on Cordova. The Third Corps consists of 3 mixed regiments without a significant mech assets, and the third is predominantly garrisoning force station on Granada. Industrial centers. There are 3 in that region of space. The pride of Granada Industries was the only manufacturing concern controlled by the Umayyad Caliphate in 3079. It was located on their capital world, Granada, near Temple City. Caliphate Airfield Alpha is a weapons manufacturer in the Deep Periphery. It is also one of the 2 manufacturing facilities in the Umayyad Caliphate. Alhambra Refit Station is a weapons manufacturer in the Deep Periphery. It is one of the manufacturing facilities in the Umayyad Caliphate. Again, by 3080, their facilities had been in place for some time, apparently with Clan Diamond Shark. Relations. Okay, we're almost done here, folks. Umayyad policies towards outsiders have been traditionally cordial, as they sought outside intervention and even trade to gain decisive advantage required to conquer Nueva Castile. The Hanseatic League, unbeknownst to the Umayyads, used this state of affairs to their advantage. The League effectively shaped the course of recent Castilian Umayyad history by brokering mercenary deals and supplying arms in such a way as to prolong the strife. It was not until late 3060s that the true extent of the interference was realized. Though they were deceived even then, both sides only recognized the Hanseatic as free traders. They believed the inner spear power specific to the Illyrian alliance, not the Hanseatic League, meddled in their domestic affairs. Since the revelations that outsiders have secretly meddled in Castilian politics, relative peace has endured, with only small raiding parties occasionally drawing blood. The Umayyad people have even begun to reconciliation process with the Castilian people in the face of what they consider to be outside meddling. However, in spite of the Castilian launching people raised against the Illyrian alliance after the Fedcon Civil War, a history of mutual animosity from centuries of warfare will probably prevent any punitive invasion from forming from both states against an interfere successor state for some time. The last known caliphate of the Umayyad Caliphate was Lisa Burrell. That's the information I have for you today. I hope you liked this video. This will be the last video, I believe, of Nueva Castile region of space until more information comes out on it. Thank you all for your time. I hope you enjoyed.